The English versions of the second wave of the Digital Monster X series were released in the United States on Amazon 7 months ago, but you may have found the release a little confusing. You see, the first problem was, for those unaware, that the devices released with the wrong rosters on them. The versions got swapped around, and Bandai took notice and swiftly delisted them from Amazon, and they were not distributed anywhere else in the United States. Now, they left them up in Australia for whatever reason, so I don't know what that was about. But either way, it became very difficult to get your hands on these devices, despite them having released so long ago. And here we are in November, and finally, the day has come where they have actually re-released these devices. So I'm going to make sure everyone is clear on what this re-release entails, what we know, what we don't know, and yeah, everything in between. First and foremost, the colors that have been re-released are the gray and gold and navy and silver devices. So that's two different devices. I said 4 colors, but that's across 2 different devices. You can look at them up on the screen right now. There were 2 other color variations that were supposed to come out as well, which are the red and gold and the purple and silver, but those remain unable to be purchased in the United States at this moment, at least not through any official means. Most of it has been through resellers. Now, the navy and gray devices have actually been available in other storefronts here and there in limited quantities. Big Bad Toy Store, for example, has had them, and Radar Toys and Collectibles has had them. They were actually also reselling them on Amazon for double the price. Don't know what that was about, but you can get them on their main storefront for 27 bucks. BBTS had them for like $22. I think Entertainment Earth may have had a few here and there. Amazon even fulfilled pre-orders from like back before they got delisted. They randomly fulfilled some pre-orders a month or 2 ago for people who were lucky enough to be on their good list. I pre-ordered well before the delisting, but I did not get sent any by Amazon, so I don't know what that was all about. And the devices that have been released and received in the past few months have all had one major change, because, you know, a lot of people are wondering, oh, well, what did they do to fix the problem that they had? The whole reason they took these down in the first place, the wrong rosters, what they do? They just changed what roster is supposed to be on each device. So the Gold X is supposed to now have the version D roster, while the Silver X is supposed to have the version C roster, except only on these 2 colors. I'll get into that in a second. So if you buy the navy and silver, you're going to get Digimon like Agumon Black X, you're going to get Triceramon X, you're going to get Demon X, whereas if you get the gray and gold, you're going to get Impmon X, you're going to get Vamdemon X, and you're going to get Lucemon X. So if you need to know the full roster, I, of course, as always, have that on the website at digitamahatchery.com, so make sure to check there if you want to be certain what you are getting. And again, that's the only thing that's changed, is they just changed what the versions they were supposed to be, so the box is different. So if you buy the gray and gold, it'll now have Lucemon X up front, whereas if you buy the navy and silver, it'll have Demon X up front, which was vice versa in the initial release. So that's all it is. Devices are completely the same, and it's just so much easier to get them now, assuming that they haven't gone out of stock by the time this video comes out. The restock happened yesterday. This video is releasing today, and as of right now, when I'm recording this, they are still up. They are $20, as you would expect these devices to be, and they have Prime shipping. I could even get one by Friday if I wanted to, but I already have them, so I don't need to. Either way, this is fantastic news. You'll be able to get these much, much more easily than you have in the past. Now, your next question will be, well, what about red and purple? When are those coming out? And we don't know as of yet. That's still very much up in the air. We do know what they've done to fix those, though, and that's different from what they've done for these. Again, for these devices, while they switched the boxes around to change the intended roster, the red and purple devices actually had the programming swapped back to what they should be. So the red and gold device will have version XC, while the purple and silver device will have version XD. So again, that's Agumon Black X on the red and gold, while Impmon X is on the purple silver, which is surprising that they went that hard. I guess they wanted to make sure that they matched up the version colors with the versions in Japan. This does mean the initial releases of the red and purple are going to be different from the releases of the red and purple later on, because the programming will be different for each one. I have a handy chart that's probably up on the screen right now. I'll link to that in the description as well, that'll help you identify which ones you will get based on the box type and based on the version screen. So there you go, you can review that to make sure you're getting exactly what you want. But yeah, the navy and silver devices, they're all the same. No matter which one you buy, no matter what box it is, they all contain the same rosters, whether it's an initial release or a re-release. So very exciting to finally have this coming out. Hopefully we see the red and purple soon. Hopefully this also means that they can move on to doing the X version 3. They haven't said anything about that yet. Obviously this took a big toll on production, and they had to stop everything to work on this. So I can't imagine that we'll be seeing X3 until at least the middle of next year, if that. Hopefully that's the case. Hopefully we'll see it sometime next year at all, but we'll just have to wait and see on that one. So very exciting. Links are in the description. Go get yours if you haven't already. And yeah, enjoy playing with the Digital Monster X. Moving on to Vital Bracelet stuff. We also had a few DIM cards that got announced. I guess I should say B-Memory DIM cards, as they are called these days, because they're not doing traditional DIMs anymore. Those are a thing of the past. We are moving forward with B-Memories to go with the Vital Bracelet B, and it's nice to see some new ones get announced because the Vital Bracelet B comes out this very month, and at this moment, we only know of 3 DIM cards, being the Gammamon DIM, the 25th Anniversary DIM, and the Trial Imperial Dramon DIM, which isn't really a full DIM on its own. So there are 2 more that are coming out, labeled as Volume 1 and Volume 2. Unlike the previous DIM series, it looks like these B-Memories will only be sold in packs of 1 instead of dual packs, at least for right now, because they are more expensive as well. Keep in mind, 2,200 yen for a single B-Memory, which is gross, and I don't agree with that pricing whatsoever. I will continue to say that. But it is what it is, unfortunately. So 1 B-Memory per volume, it looks like. So Volume 1 will be featuring Dragon Digimon, and Volume 2 will be featuring Beast Digimon. And the cool thing is that these DIMs aren't actually complete yet, in that they will each be getting 4 additional Digimon as chosen by you, the fans. Please do not disappoint me and choose garbage. Choose some good stuff that we haven't seen yet for this voting, or, you know, choose whatever you want, because it's ultimately what you want is what you should vote for. But if you want a tip, again, just vote for something we haven't already had, except for maybe like Cyberdramon. I could understand that, because Cyberdramon is not on a easy to access DIM previously. So the DIMs themselves, they seem to take inspiration largely from the late 2000s era of Digimon. So from 2006 to like 2008, I want to say. There's a few other things in there, but I say that because the headliners on both are the protagonists from Digimon Savers. So we have the 2006 version of Agumon on one and Galmon on the other. And then we also see some stuff from the DS games and other things happening around then. So from Sun and Moon, that's, what is it? Sunburst, Moonlight, whatever they're called. Whatever the 2 DS Digimon story games were called, those featured Coronamon and Lunamon, which will have their lines on here, and then Digimon Championship, I want to say it was, whatever the VPET type one was, had Dracomon, and we're seeing Dracomon on here. And then for good measure, Huckmon and its line. So let's review which Digimon are on each DIM. For the Dragon DIM, we have Pettymon and Babidmon, which are Dracomon's traditional little baby and baby 2. And then we have Agumon from Savers, we have Geogreymon, Rise Greymon, Shine Greymon. For Dracomon, we have both Core Dramons, we have Wing Dramon and Ground Dramon, as well as Slayer Dramon and Break Dramon. And then for Hackmon, we have Bao Hackmon, what is that thing called? Savior Hackmon and Jessmon all in there. And then we also have Examon, which of course is the traditional Jogress of Slayer Dramon and Break Dramon. Then we have a mystery slot labeled as Secret Digimon. We don't know what that will be yet. Maybe it's a brand new Digimon. Maybe it's just burst mode for Shine Greymon. Who knows? But then we have the 4 blue slots, which can be taken up by any of the Digimon you see in the area below. So I'll just quickly go through these, and I'm going to point out which ones have been used already, just as a note. But we have Gumdramon from Cross Wars, Monodramon, which was used, but on a limited DIM, so I'm fine if Monodramon makes a return. That's from Tamers, of course, or from the Tamer Wonderswan games as well. We have Bushi Agumon and Agumon Hakase, which are just from whatever. I don't know what they're from, but yeah, it's more Agumon. No, we don't need that. We have Kodemon from Digimon World 3. That would be fun to get in there. We have, oh my gosh, I could never remember how to say it. Mini Akadakbidigimon Akazia. What the frig is this guy's name? It's like impossible for me to remember. Mini Dekachimon. Got it. Cool. Whatever. Moving on. I don't know what he's from. I think he's from like a fan contest or something. I don't know if he's actually appeared in anything outside of Digimon Colon though. Either way, moving on. We have Gaussmon from Cross Wars. We have Tsunarizumon, who's already been on a DIM, so Tsunarizumon, as much as I love you, don't really want you to be the one that appears. Betamon, obviously amazing choice. That's who I voted for. Love me some Betamon. We have Nai's Agumon Hakase, which is... I don't want any more Agumon. Moving on. Adults, Arresterdramon from Cross Wars. We have Strike Dramon, same story as Monodramon. We have Dino-Human from Digimon World 3. Would be cool to see that show up. Monochromon, already been used. Fleur-Lizamon from Digimon World. We have... friggin' what was this one? Atamadekachimon. Sure. Those just have the most difficult names for me of all of them. Even the Chinese Digimon are easier to pronounce for me, like Tsutsumon and Shenwumon. Not this guy, though. Dark Rizamon, which is a filthy recolor, so I'm not even considering that one. Cyclomon from the original version 5. Tuskmon, also from the version 5. And Alomon, which was Hawkmon's evolution with the Digimental of Courage from Digimon 02. Not that that showed up in the show, but... We then have, for perfect stages, we have Arresterdramon Superior Mode, I believe that's called. Cyberdramon, always a classic. Do love me some Cyberdramon. Volkdramon from the Digimon XL, which is, I believe, no longer considered an X-Antibody Digimon, but will always be an X-Antibody in my heart. Triceramon, one of the best Digimon of all time. One of my top 3. Already been used. Don't want it to show up. Mameteramon, already used. Vermillamon, filthy recolor and already used. Skullgreymon, already used. Metal Greymon Virus, love you, but you've already been used. Orochimon, however, has not been used. Wait, yes it has. Has Orochimon been used? Was Orochimon in like the very first freaking dim card and I've just completely forgotten that? Yep, Orochimon has already been used. You showed up in the Gabumon dim card. My gosh, that was an eternity ago, and apparently I've just completely forgotten that. So, no, Orochimon, you can't come. Maildramon, sure. I guess it does have Dra in its name, so I guess it's more... I've always looked at it more like a horse thing, but I guess it is kind of a dragon. I think that's, what is that? Is that Patamon's Digimental of Miracles evolution, I want to say? Ah, no, that's Tailmon with the Digimental of Miracles. I got that confused. How could I tell? It looks just like Tailmon after all. And then for the ultimate stage, we have Dynasmon, already been used. Dinorexmon, already been used. Dorbrickmon from Cross Wars. One of the few Cross Wars designs I kind of like, but... not a huge amount, but I think it's the best choice out of these other ones, personally, for various reasons. Magna Kidmon and Avenge Kidmon, which one is which, I have no idea. I don't even know what they're from. I think they're from the stupid Digimon Crusaders thing. I hate Digimon Collectors and Digimon Crusaders, and I'm obviously not voting for them. We have Gaiomon, already been used, and Nidhoggmon, already been used on the same dim that Orochimon is on. So, a lot of them trying to use repeats on these. I don't want to see too many repeats personally. I'd rather have just like brand new Digimon thrown into the mix. But I get if there's like some in here that you're like, no, I gotta have that. Let's vote for that one. So that is the Dragons one. So these bonus Digimon that you would vote for, they would all be showing up as adventure unlocks. So the rest would be unlocked by default, and you can unlock these 4 by going through adventure mode, which I've talked about that in previous videos. If you want to go back and see, oh, what are you talking about? Adventure mode unlocks. So there you go. Voting for the Dragon Dim is going on right now. There's a link to that in the description. If I was smart enough to remember to put that in there, I will remember, I promise. And yeah, so voting's going on right now. And then that voting's going to go on for like 2 weeks. And at that point, we're going to switch over to voting for the Beast Dim card. So you can't vote for the Beast Dim yet, but we can at least see what the options will be. So first and foremost, who shows up on this dim? We have Bodamon and Wanyamon, who are traditionally the babies for Gaomon, Gaomon's whole line. We have Gaugamon, Mach Gaugamon, and Mirage Gaugamon all showing up there. From the Digimon story games, we have Coronamon, Phyramon, Flaremon, and Apollomon. Flaremon having previously appeared on a dim, but whatever, now it's here with his whole line. You can't expect him to do Coronamon and not include Flaremon, so I'm okay with that. Likewise with Lunamon, we have Lunamon, then we have Luxmon and Cressamon. Cressamon previously also on another dim. And Dianamon. And then we have Leomon, Grappleomon, and Heavy Leomon, all of which have already appeared on dim cards. Followed by Grace Novamon. So just like we had Examon on the other, we have Grace Novamon on this, which is a Jogress of Apollomon and Dianamon. And then another secret Digimon. Will it be freaking Mirage Gaugamon Burst Mode or something new? Who knows? We got no idea. But either way, so that's a pretty good lineup already. Again, very heavily focused on the Savers and Digimon story games. And then Leomon's just there for good measure, I guess. I don't really know what his inclusion is all about. Similar to the Hackmon inclusion. But that does mean we still have an additional 4 slots that need to be filled in by the fans. So let's see what we got. Bearmon, already been done. Don't care. Labramon hasn't been done. That's from the Digimon Tamers movie, so that would be fine. I'm fine with Labramon showing up. Terriermon Assistant, the first time I think it's ever even been considered for something else. I think it appeared in the card game, right? Terriermon Assistant's in the card game, right? I think it is. It probably is. I don't know. but it's never been on a virtual pet before, that's for sure. So it'd be nice to have it on there. I'm okay with that. Even though Terriermon's already appeared, I'll make an exception for Terriermon Assistant because it's a fun little thing. Psychmon, get the crap out of here. Why is that an option? Why didn't you include Elecmon as an option? Psychmon sucks. Gazimon and Gizamon, already been done. Don't care about them right now. Fascomon, originally from the Digital Monster card game way back in the day. And yeah, I'd be okay if that showed up. That's fine with me. Bearmon, already been done. Dobermon, already been done. Hanumon has not been done. I am all in favor of Hanumon. Mojimon, already been done. Gorymon, already been done. Don't need you here. Get out. Tremojimon, already done. Get out. Mikemon, sure. Or is it Mikemon? I don't know. I don't know how to say its name. All I know is to say that this is going to upset the people who really want Tailmon, because there would be 2 different Tailmon recolors in before Tailmon gets in. But I do rather like Tailmon over Mikemon. I actually don't care for in the slightest. It's just such a useless Digimon. Minotaurmon, surprisingly not already been done, so that'd be a good one to include. Mad Leomon from Cross Wars also be good. Opossumon, sure, why not? I don't have strong feelings towards the armor types. And then we have Mammon, already done. I am not gonna worry about pronouncing all the stupid freaking Devas, but they've already been done, so no thank you. Edamon, great choice. Gokumon with the W at the end of it would be fine. I think that's from Collector's Crusaders as well. I don't care. I don't really care about Gokumon and the other random Journey to the West Digimon, one of which is just a recolor of Shawujinmon, whatever. Kyukimon from Digimon World 3, I am in favor of that, so that would be fun to see. It's funny to see it on the this dim, though, because like in Digimon World 3, it was the evolution of Dinohumon, and here it is not, because Dinohumon's on the other dim, so, but whatever. Astamon, interesting that they had Astamon, would normally evolve from Porcupamon, but Porcupamon's not here. Fascomon is, and Astamon is, but I mean, I get not including Porcupamon because it's already been done, so like I wouldn't want it to be again, but Astamon's already been done as well, so I don't know. I don't really have strong urge to vote for Astamon because again, already in there, so whatever. Moving on. We got Skullmamon, already been done, so do not need it. Anubimon, already done, do not need it. Why are there so many repeats in here? Saberleomon, already done. Eldoradimon, fantastic choice. Absolutely will be voting for that. Love me the turtles. Love me the giant city turtle. It's a fun Digimon. We'll be voting for that. Mercurymon, already been done. Belphamon Rage Mode would be fine. Again, it's strange that they included all Fascomon stuff but Porcupamon, but I'm not going to dwell on that. Metal Edamon, great choice. King Edamon, not as great a choice, still fine. I like Metal Edamon over King Edamon. And that is that dim card in its entirety, including the voting stuff. So again, the stuff you vote for would be for adventure mode. Everything else is already confirmed. And yeah, it's looking to be some pretty good B memories overall. I think it's funny that they're not actually giving this Digimon Savers branding despite using so much Digimon Savers stuff. I would doubt they would still have like a Digimon Savers themed dim coming out after this. But yeah, either way, it's nice to see them pop in. I guess I didn't want to do the branding since it wouldn't be the anniversary of Savers when they do this, because that's still several years away. That's 2026. So it's like, well, we can't do an anniversary dim, but we can at least put a bunch of characters from Savers in there and call it good. So hopefully I'll still see some of the other Savers characters. I would love to see Kamemon on a dim. Kamemon hasn't been on anything in so long. I love me some Kamemon. He's very good Digimon, but I'm also very biased just because I really like turtles. So that's new B memories. Very cool to see them announcing this, and very cool to see the voting. I do like that. As much as I am worried people will choose stuff that I don't want, it's nice to at least let some of that be up to fans, especially because it's just 4 Digimon, right? You're just letting them choose 4 things on there. It's not like they're choosing a whole dim card, which would... That's pretty much how I would imagine... It would look like the Pendulum Progress Dragon's Roar, I would imagine, if fans were allowed to completely design their own dim card. Either that or Armageddon Army, which, yeah, Pendulum Progress is really, like, anime fan bait. Absolutely. But yeah, so dim cards. Moving on, more Vital Bracelet stuff. And this is anti-news, the rare case where I report on anti-news, because we still haven't heard anything about the arena functionality in the Vital Bracelet Lab app. Now we know, again, there will be a new app, Vital Bracelet Arena, that will include all the battling and stuff. It'll include fighting with real-time opponents instead of doing ghost battles. So that is still coming, absolutely still coming. We don't know when, we don't have a release date, but in the meantime, a while back, they just kind of turned off arena battles entirely in the Vital Bracelet Lab app without any notice whatsoever. They just, boom, gone. They didn't say anything about why, and I think I touched on that in the previous video, but I didn't, yes, I did touch on it in the previous video, but I might as well mention it again because it's still not there. And a lot of people are like, where's the lab app? It's Arena's battles. And I'm like, we don't know. It's just not there. It's just not there. When are they coming back? Are they coming back? Probably not. If they've been offline this long, I don't think they are coming back. I think they're just going to pivot everyone towards a new app and then just throw the VB lab app into the bin and call it good. So prepare for that. That's not great news, but again, I don't know too much about what they're doing, so I can only speculate what's going on there. I can only speculate when the new app will come. I hope the new app is here at the release of the Vital Bracelet B or before that, because that's, again, quickly approaching. We've only got, what is it, 24 days now until release? 23 by the time you're watching this video, because I recorded it the day before you're watching it. So, yeah, don't know where those battles are. Don't know that they'll come back. They probably won't come back, but look forward to the new app at some point, and you'll be able to battle on that. In the meantime, if you need to get your battles in on your device, don't forget you can hold down the button to run away from battles when you initiate them via NFC. And some people I know aren't aware of that, so I just want to throw that out there for those that haven't read through the whole manual as of yet. Make sure to read the whole manual. There's a lot of good information in there. So that is pretty much it as far as VPET news goes. Surprisingly busy week for that in the world of Digimon, which is, yeah, it's rare that we get an announcement from the Japanese side and the English side that coincide like this. Even though the English side wasn't an announcement, it's just someone looked onto the Amazon page and are like, oh, look, there's the devices. They're back. That's all we get from Bandai. Bandai's been tweeting out as if they've been in stock this whole time. They've done a few tweets where that they actually deleted their last one, I'm pretty sure, where they're like, you can go buy your Digimon at Amazon. And everyone's like, no, you can't go buy it at Amazon. There's a third-party reseller on there selling it for double the price, but I don't know. I don't know what to do with them other than just continuing to tweet after they tweet and asking questions and informing people of how things are actually at the moment. So that being said, if you want to stay up to date on news, make sure to join the Discord server where news is brought up immediately. And make sure to also follow me on Twitter, where I will tweet out things that I find interesting to tweet out. I don't tweet out everything on Twitter. Discord server is really your safest bet. That one will have every piece of random news, no matter what it may be. And look out, of course, for an unboxing video once I receive my Vital Bracelet B. That'll be later this month. Very exciting. That is fast approaching. And yeah, until next time, continue enjoying your Digimon V pets in whatever capacity they are in. And I will see you then. Bye!